ever eaten something and gotten a headache or a migraine? I know I certainly used to experience this on a daily basis, right? And when it comes to migraines, foods can be a very high trigger, the top of that list. So let's talk about what the top 5 headache and migraine triggers are. Number 1 is going to be artificial sweeteners. So these are problematic because of their synthetic nature, which can often cause issues with our digestive tract and can exacerbate any flares. And they're one of the most common trigger foods and really should be avoided whenever possible. I know I get a migraine immediately when one little teeny granule of artificial sweetener touches my tongue. So apologize to you diet soda drinkers. So now artificial sweetener can also cause issues with blood sugars as well, but we'll talk about that at another time. Number 2, monosodium glutamate, so MSG. MSG is a massive source of free glutamic acid, which can enter the brain space, cause our brains to be like overwhelmingly excited, and this creates a very unstable, unwanted action, and then also can cause damage as well. And this can also be disguised as calcium caseinate, hydrolyzed protein, gelatin yeast, nutrient, textured protein, soy protein, whey protein isolate, so it can be disguised as other names as well. Number 3 is going to be red wine. Now, red wine contains biogenic amines, which are problematic for the migraine brain, but also the alcohol contains preservatives like sulfites. They're all fuel for a very sensitive brain. And some easy ways to actually avoid red wine are by maybe switching to a blueberry wine instead. It's not reported to have all those common triggers, so it's a nice way to avoid it, right? But still have the fun. Number 4 is going to be processed meats. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classified processed meats as carcinogenic. So they have a substantial source of biogenic amines as well, things like histamine, tyramine, and they're often filled with preservatives, of course, that can aggravate our bodies. So avoiding processed meats and kind of aiming for things like pasture-raised meat as much as possible to kind of avoid the trigger chemicals that really kind of interfere with our nutritional absorption anyway. Number 5 is going to be one of the biggest triggers I think I see on a regular basis. So that's going to be wheat. Wheat is in that top 5, and for a very good reason, because the wheat that our grandparents ate is not the same wheat that we eat today. So wheat is one of the most sprayed crops that we have, and it's got tons of pesticides on it. This is a very toxic effect on our guts and our brains. And if your digestion isn't quite at tip-top shape, that wheat gets through the gut wall and into circulation, which can create a massive inflammatory response. So avoid wheat and instead use different grains, things like spelt or quinoa, to alleviate some of that on your body. Now, if you are someone who suffers from a lot of migraines, maybe try eliminating some of these foods to see if this helps you. If you're really not sure what your triggers may be, reach out or PM me. I have a very non-invasive way to understand which foods are designed to help your body and which ones are harming your body, and I can tell you in less than 10 minutes. I am your holistic health nurse. Be sure to smash the like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.